No, 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 no.
The Carolina Panthers have been struggling for the past 5 or 6 years now at this point. I mean, we are very far removed from 2015 when Cam Newton led his team to 15-1, making it to the Super Bowl and losing to the Broncos at the hands of the Sheriff, Peyton Manning. But since that Super Bowl appearance, they have had one winning season in 8 years. And in the past 6 years, they've only eclipsed 7 wins twice. Between firing Frank Reich, bringing in Matt Rule, bringing in Joe Brady, who was LSU's offensive coordinator when Joe Burrow and company won the national championship. Now he is with the Bills. Matt Rule is at Nebraska. And right now we're being led by Dave Canales. It's really a tough situation if you're a Panthers fan, which unfortunately I am. And you guys elected, out of all the teams to choose from, you wanted to see me take control of the Carolina Panthers in NFL Retro Bowl 25. So this will be my franchise team for the foreseeable future. So if you guys are excited for this series, be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe so you can continue to watch as I hopefully can take this team from 5-11, 5-12, 7-10, 2-15, constantly picking in the top 5 to 10, never being good, missing out on so many players, whether it be CJ Stroud, drafting, J.C. Horn over Patrick Surtain, drafting Derek Brown in the top 10, drafting Ike Ekwonu in the top 6. What are we doing? It's fine. You know what? We're going to take control of this team, and we're going to figure it out. Got me a little bit hot and bothered. I normally don't talk about the Panthers on this channel just because the Panthers are terrible. There was really nothing to talk about. But we'll go ahead and go with this face here for legendary coach Mike Hunt. He's coming back to the NFL ranks. 3-time Retro Bowl champion. I don't really know if that holds any weight now, but he's going to win some serious Super Bowls. And we're going to take control of the Panthers on hard difficulty. When Extreme comes out, I will probably switch to that. But for now, we're going to play on hard. And this is going to be the real backbone of the team here, being able to choose our players. So we're going to make sure we get a little bit of mix of offense and defense, but we're not going to neglect any of the new up-and-coming players. So they don't have Jonathan Brooks, which is fine. We are going to go ahead and snag Bryce Young to start. I'll probably just go with Miles Sanders because he's a little bit younger. I don't think that either of these running backs are the running back for the future. So we'll go ahead and take Miles Sanders. Kind of a bust of a signing, if I'm being quite honest. We paid him a lot of money. He hasn't really done anything. In fact, he lost his starting role. Then they drafted Jonathan Brooks in the second round. We will take Xavier Legette. I don't really know how I feel about him in real life. I feel like the Panthers were so set on drafting him. They had said, oh, if you're there at 32 or wherever it was, or 33, we'll go ahead and take you. There was better players, in my opinion, on the board. They kind of just had made that promise, and then they stuck to it for some reason. I don't know why. Hopefully he's good. Adam Thielen, the aging vet. I think it's important to have a little bit of youth, but also a little bit of pure talent on the team. So we're going to unfortunately probably not take Deontay Johnson. I will still figure out if I'm going to make that decision, but for now, that's what I'm going to do. Jonathan Mingo has a lot of potential at 23 years old. He just has not shown anything coming out of Ole Miss, really. Robert Hunt, I will probably elect to not take an offensive lineman since we are kind of, a little bit thinned out on cap with only 150 mil to spend. Got to take Shaq Thompson just for the respect aspect. He is a true Panthers legend. 3 years as well. We'll be wrapped up for a little while. Jadeveon Clowney is on this team. I didn't even know that. He's jumped around so many teams. Kind of wild. DJ Wanham got paid, I guess, from the Vikings. Not a very good player, but that's fine. Okay, I actually don't mind this at all. We still have Adam Thielen and Deontay Johnson. Xavier Legette would be on the bench, which it kind of makes sense in real life if you were trying to replicate it. And then we still have Josie Jewell, who is a big contract. Jordan Fuller, same thing. And then Shaq Thompson, someone that gives you a little bit of lifeblood. And we managed to spend all of our salary cap, so theoretically, this is about as close as you could possibly get. But then we just don't have a tight end. Ian Thomas is also at 16 mil. I mean, these guys are not good. I don't know what the NFL Retro Bowl thinks. 3 stars is somebody that I feel like is a solid player. I don't know if I'd go that far for either of those guys. So this will be the team to start year 1. We're going to finish it up. In a surprise news, just before the start of the regular season, the Panthers have appointed Mike Hunt as their new head coach. Hunt worked at the college level for several years as the head coach of Iowa before taking the reins at the Panthers. Mike Hunt was actually coaching for Vanderbilt, and he won a national championship. I don't really know what this whole blurb is about. They think they're so quick to really forget. And we take on the Cardinals in week 1, which was the other team that I was debating between doing, but this is going to be the team that we'll work out with. It's a 3.5-star offense, a 2.5-star defense. That seems a little bit generous, honestly. And if we bench Adam Thielen and we start Xavier Legette. Our offense goes from a 3.5 to a 3, so we're probably better off to have Adam Thielen starting. But Xavier Legette, somebody that will develop pretty quickly. He's not a level 1 XP, he's level 2. I don't really understand this. Rookies are supposed to come in at level 1. Adam Thielen's level 9. The reason this matters is because it's like, how quickly will they develop? You know, that's the real question. The defenses and offenses are going to be generated randomly for each team. So some teams might elect to go all offense, you know, but they're going to neglect their defense. Someone like the Lions, yeah, they've got St. Brown, they've got Craig Reynolds, so no Jahmyr Gibbs, but they don't have anybody on defense besides Brian Branch, and he can probably carry most of the workload, but you're going to see that. Sometimes you'll see teams that have a good offense and defense, but they just didn't elect to take certain players. And sometimes you might also see big stars like Jamar Chase here, not in the game just because they elected to spend their money elsewhere. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So you have Tua, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. They went with an offensive lineman in Austin Jackson, but they only have Channing Tindall on their entire defense. There's no, you know, Jalen Ramsey or anything like that. So you're just going to have to deal with the RNG, and that's fine. That's going to make it more fun. This series is going to be more about the storylines of the actual franchise and, you know, building the team from the ground up. I'm going to be playing every game. I don't know how many games we're going to have. As it says, we have one benched player in Xavier Legette. But again, I don't know how many games I'm going to have per episode. I think we're just going to kind of play it by ear. So this is the team we're going to be playing against week number 1. It's going to be Kyler Murray, James Conner, Elijah Higgins, Zach Pascal, Marvin Harrison Jr., the rookie, the phenom. See, he's on a 3-year contract. He has a XP level 1, so I guess Xavier Legette's just getting shafted. Will Hernandez, one of the best offensive linemen I have ever seen in this game. He's not that good in real life. He couldn't start for the Giants. So LJ Collier, Jesse Lukita, and Matt Prater, who somehow still has amazing stats, and his year 40. They are a 4.5-star offense, a 1.5-star defense. That's pretty accurate, I would say. Probably going to have a high-powered offense, and they're not going to be able to stop a nosebleed. Playing 2-minute quarters on hard for every single game. Kick returns will be on, which means we need to set some sort of return man. And I wish we could set Xavier Legette, but unfortunately, can we? Wait, if we set Xavier Legette as a returner, even though he's not playing, will he still be able to return kicks? But without further ado, let's get week 1 of the Panthers franchise underway, taking on the Arizona Cardinals here, and we are kicking off to start. Cardinals driving down the field. Shaq Thompson's too slow. In the red zone, they're going to score a touchdown and put it on our heads. All right, the moment of truth here. Let's see if we can get the bench player to return kicks for us. We can. Okay, that's actually awesome. Also, when we pause the game, we have the ability to look at our roster. We don't have the ability to click on anybody, but we can still see it mid-game. I wish we could see stats. That'd be pretty sweet. Then we can also see the defensive team, or I guess just the opposing team as well. Bryce Young, first drop back of the season. We're going to hit over the middle. It's going to be, I think, Deontay Johnson. Well, considering Adam Thielen's not that color. Oh, my God! Deontay Johnson, 1-play touchdown. Holy hell, that was an insane route. I cannot believe he just did that. He's going to taunt his way 70-yard bomb. I cannot believe that. That was an absolute... I was not expecting that to be a touchdown. We get the swipe over for one, and we get the swipe over for another, and the baptism as well here in Carolina. Getting the crowd hyped early, and the extra point is up and good. Huge way to start this game off. Cardinals driving down the field. Defense probably not going to make a lot of stops in this series, but we do hold them to a field goal, and we get a 10-7 game at this point as the first quarter is winding to a close. We only got one attempt for the last one. It was a 1-play score, but Deontay Johnson getting very shifty to start this opening quarter. Let's go ahead and kick it out to the running back. Miles Sanders going to get a little bit of space here on kind of a little bit of a pitch out. Now we'll give it to him out of the I formation. Going to get 1 yard. Going to make it 3rd and 3. Bryce Young going to call something at the line. Going to see this nice hitch route from Deontay Johnson. Going to put a move on the cornerback. Get the first down, move it past the midfield mark, and we're going to switch it back up with the run game. Miles Sanders trying to get to the outside. He makes a nice stiff arm, gets a first down on 1 play. And the offense is humming. The offense is moving nicely here. That's going to be covered completely, the hitch route. Bryce Young going to scramble out now on 3rd and 4. Hopefully we can stay in the pocket. And that's going to be a jumping, leaping reception from Deontay Johnson. With 50 seconds left here in the first half. Can we make something happen? Can we find the outside? We get a 5-yard gain. I think at this point it's probably smart to take as much time off the clock as we can. Maybe Adam Thielen can get involved. The pass is slightly underthrown, but somehow Adam Thielen makes the move, makes the reception, and we're not gonna score yet. We're gonna try to elect to take a little bit more time off. And Miles Sanders, untouched, unscathed, gets into the end zone. Xavier Legette set to return here to start the 3rd quarter. And it's not a great one. Miles Sanders, 1st and 10, going to get a rushing play to start. Get a hurdle, and he's off to the races on the sideline. This is insane. The offense is just full of high-powered moves. A 35-yard run from Miles Sanders to start the third quarter. He splits the gap, and he gets a huge run. And we've got another huge play. Miles Sanders, kind of an X factor for the offense. We're going to give it to him for a third time up the middle. He's fighting for yards. Tough running as we elected to go with him over Chuba Hubbard. Just thought it was a better value. Can we sit in the pocket? Bryce Young has been very surgical on the offensive side here. Hasn't really missed any passes besides one that we airmailed over the top. And just like that, Adam Thielen makes a leaping reception. He gets stopped by the cornerback, but he's inside the goal. He's inside the 10 zone here. Blitz coming in. Miles Sanders over the top. He's going to get 2 touchdowns here. 1 through the air, 1 on the ground, and we are going to go up here by hopefully 11 points, barring a miss here, and we end up knocking the extra point through the uprights. If we can hold on to the ball, no fumbles here. Let's have a nice offensive possession, and we can put this game away and start the season 1-0. Adam Thielen going to try to be productive here in this first game. We don't know how many games we're going to let him play before Xavier Legette starts to get antsy, starts to get loud. Bryce Young. Oh, my God. I tried to pass it on the slant. Bryce Young threw it over the receiver's head. That's the second time now that we've airmailed a pass over the receiver. And goes right to the defensive back. Cardinals in the red zone. Thompson can't do it. 47 seconds left. Bryce Young's going to have to lead a game-winning drive down the field. We're going to have to play a clean last drive here if we want to win this game. Offensive line holding up very well. Deontay Johnson making a nice reception on the sideline. He's got a lot of speed. Doesn't get out of bounds. We're going to elect to hold on to our timeouts here. And that was a great play to get us started on the offensive drive. Bryce Young gonna air this one out. Can we stay in bounds? It's out of bounds. Calling an audible at the line. Old man Thielen gonna make a move, hopefully. That's a beautiful pass in stride over the top. Thielen getting on his horse. He's putting the burners on him, and no one's gonna catch him. 46-yard bomb with 4 seconds left in the game. Pass was perfectly in stride, and the cornerback not able to catch up to old man Thielen, who gets to the end zone, and hopefully that could be the nail in the coffin for the Panthers to get out of here with a win. Extra point doinks in, and barring a miracle, the Panthers are going to start off the season 1-0. Driving down the field with 37 seconds left. And there's not even enough time. Game over. Panthers kick it off, and we beat the Cardinals by 3. Bryce Young showed some flashes of greatness. He also did some boneheaded things, but the offense as a whole was very good. Let's go ahead and praise the fans. Let's get them up higher. Showed a good outing here in the opening game, as Mike Hunt's first game in charge of the Panthers ended with a win against the Cardinals. Panthers fans will be looking forward to the rest of the season now with renewed hope. Definitely something to be hopeful for. I think that we, again, showed a lot of promise on the offensive side here. Deontay Johnson, 6 for 141. Adam Thielen, 4 for 80. Bryce Young, 12 for 15 with 3 touchdowns and a pick. And Miles Sanders, 9 for 69 and a touchdown through the air, as well as on the ground. For the beginning of the season, I always like to go hard training regimen for both the offense and the defense. Kind of just sets the tone for the beginning of the season, as we are going to have no dilemmas moving on to week 2 in Cincinnati. Our first road game is going to be Joe Burrow at the helm, Chris Evans, Tanner Hudson, T. Higgins, Trent Brown, Jermaine Pratt, and Evan McPherson. So unfortunately, no Jamar Chase. It's going to be a 4-star offense, a 1-star defense. Week 2, let's get after it. In the jungle, we're going to end up receiving the ball to start here. Hopefully Xavier Legette can put us... Oh my God, look at that. Look at the end zone. That looks so nice with the tiger stripes. Hopefully Xavier... Nope. He didn't do anything. I was going to say, hopefully Xavier Legette can put us in a good field position. All right, here's Bryce Young's goal today. Let's play a perfect game as far as accuracy. No interceptions, as Thielen is showing a lot of juice here in year 34. Well, he hasn't been playing for 34 years, but he's 34 years old. But maybe like year 10, he's been playing for a while. Remember when him and Stephon Diggs were actually really good together? And it was like a question of who's better, as Miles Sanders is making a lot of defenders miss to start off. He is very rejuvenated. How far can Bryce Young sling this thing with a fresh first quarter arm? That's not bad. That is not bad at all, as Deontay Johnson gets caught from behind. Let's go ahead and give him a one-on-one shot with the quarterback back of the end zone, and it is out of bounds. Going through his progressions, Adam Thielen going to get open, and he's going to get tackled on the 1-yard line. And we're going to throw a little screen to Deontay Johnson, and he's going to get stopped. I was hoping he could make a move on the defender. 4th and goal, though. They want us to stay out there. If not, the defense is going to have a pretty easy time, hopefully stopping the Bengals from driving 96 yards. 4th down. Bryce Young calling an audible at the line, not liking what he sees. Going to go for it here. Try to zip something over the middle. And Deontay Johnson, sure hands, 4th down on the goal line. Pressure in his face, and Bryce Young delivers a strike over the middle. Panthers kicking it off. Can the defense make a stop? They're short of the 1st down, and the Bengals are going to punt. So it looks like we're going to get a nice 2-for-1. We not only get the touchdown when we could have been potentially stopped, but we're also going to get a defensive stop as well. Oh, man, the cornerback decided to go against the no-name tight end, leaving Deontay Johnson wide open. Can Bryce Young put this over the top? That's a nice pass, a diving reception from Deontay Johnson. Oh, my God, Bryce Young hanging in the pocket too long. Just nowhere to really go with that. Nobody got open. We do take a sack. Better than a turnover, though, as these routes are taking a long time to develop. But Deontay Johnson getting very shifty. 1st and goal, going to hand it off to Miles Sanders, and he's going to, again, walk right in for an easy rushing touchdown, completely unscathed, right past the edge rusher. And it is a 14-0 ball game here with a minute left in the 2nd quarter. Bengals have it at midfield. They're going to run it. Fuller's too slow. Jewell is not strong enough, and they are going to score. 22 seconds left. No-name kicker. There's a chance we get into field goal range, but with 2 timeouts and having to return these kicks, it is unlikely. We're going to try, though. Not a lot of separation here for Deontay Johnson, but he's going to make a nice reception. Call a timeout. 6 seconds left. We've seen it before. Last game, Adam Thielen took the top off the defense. Maybe there's a chance he does something again. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. 38, it'd be about a 55-yarder. We're going to try it. We're going to try it. Full power here for the no-name kicker. The kick is up, and it looks like it's probably going to be short. It's just too low. And we're going to get out of here, unfortunately, empty-handed. I think going for the field goal is probably better, as Shaq Thompson gets an interception at midfield. I was going to say going for the field goal is probably better just because I don't think that we're going to be able to get a, 40-yard bomb over the top with the way the defenders were playing the routes. But that's fine. Defense gets a huge stop. Miles Sanders on his feet. He makes 2 defenders miss, and we are probably going to get to the end zone. No, we're going to be close. Get taken down at the 10. I didn't realize that the makeup speed for the cornerback was going to be that fast, but 2 defenders miss, and Miles Sanders gets a great run. And Adam Thielen on the wide receiver screen, going to get a 5-yard gain as well. I'm loving the way the offense is moving, and Miles Sanders up the middle, untouched again. I feel like he's never, in doubt whenever he receives the ball, as long as we can play some mistake-free football. We have yet to have any fumbles. We have yet to have any interceptions in this game. Miles Sanders, an absolute beast out of the backfield for us. Adam Thielen, Bryce Young, what a connection over the top. The kind of back shoulder ball, if you will, is in perfect harmony with Adam Thielen. And that pass, a contested catch with Deontay Johnson, was very risky, but he manages to hold on. And Deontay Johnson beats the cornerback in stride. Every single time, the anticipation is absolutely perfect. All of Bryce Young's passes have been exactly where they need to be. And we are going to be getting out of here with a nice win. We're going to go up by 2 possessions here with a minute left in the 4th quarter. And at the midfield mark, we win 28-21. Is that the 2nd game we've scored 28 points? That's not a bad clip for the offense, as Adam Thielen didn't get the breaks in today's game. I don't really want to criticize him, but I need the coaching credits. I guess they're starting to have a little bit of a rift between Thielen and the coach. Something to keep your eyes on, as he had 65 yards. Deontay Johnson just happened to have a little bit more involvement on the offense. Week 3 against the Vikings. Do we have any dilemmas? We do not. It's going to be a 4.5-star offense, a 2-star defense for them. J.J. McCarthy in the game. I love to see that. Ty Chandler, T.J. Hawkinson, Josh Oliver, Justin Jefferson, who could definitely stand to have more speed and honestly more strength. Trent Sherfield, Dan Feeney, Dallas Turner, the rookie out of Alabama, Jihad Ward, Brian Asamoah, and that is your team. So no kicker, a great offense. Obviously, Justin Jefferson, J.J. McCarthy leading the way, T.J. Hawkinson as well, with a 5-star potential. I mean, they're pretty liberal with the big ratings as far as, giving high potential to certain players. But Bryce Young, 17 for 18, 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's exactly what we wanted to see from him in his 2nd game. Look at that. They got Nolan Smith's glasses. How cute is that? Also, I did notice now, kind of thinking about it, they never gave us the option to have Derek Brown, who's probably the Panthers' best defensive player at this point. After they got rid of Brian, I didn't even mention this. They got rid of Brian Burns. They didn't get shit for Brian Burns. They got rid of Yatir Gross-Matos. They did not re-sign him. They got rid of Frankie Louvu. Like, their best 5 defensive players, aside from Derek Brown, like 4 out of 5, they're all gone. And half of them are playing for the Commanders at this point because they're just, like, building the Panthers. Because that really worked so well. Let's acquire all the best talent from the worst team so we can become the Panthers. Is that your end goal? I mean, that doesn't make any sense anyway, but something I was just looking at all the different teams, seeing who we could potentially bring in. And I realized, yeah, we don't have Derek Brown, but that's fine. Yeah, after looking around, I don't really think there's anybody that I could justify trading Adam Thielen away for now. So we'll go ahead and keep it. We are 2-0. There's no reason to panic. We take on the Vikings here, back at home in Bank of America Stadium for this Week 3 matchup. The kickoff is underway. Xavier Leggett ready to give us some good field position. Maybe. Just maybe. Making a couple men miss. Nice job. Takes it to the 29-yard line. That's where your Carolina Panthers offense is going to take the field. And it's going to start with a handoff to Miles Sanders as Adam Thielen makes a move. This is a revenge game for Adam Thielen as well. And he has a hurdle. He's trying to show that he's still got some juice left in the tank after the Vikings gave up on him maybe a little bit prematurely. Pressure coming in off the right side or the left side for the Vikings. It's probably Dallas Turner bringing the heat, and we do not get the pass on the money. But this one's going to be in stride as, oh my goodness, Deontay Johnson makes a man miss, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Beautiful pass in stride. I've been talking about it all episode. The anticipation from Bryce Young is just pinpoint, and that extra point is up and no good. We doinked it off the right crossbar. Adam Thielen, great route runner, and somehow the cornerback, like he's hanging with him, and then he decides to just vacate and just maybe roam around, look somewhere else, as Bryce Young is going to vacate the pocket, however, going to scramble out, slide down with an 8-yard gain to end the first quarter. Adam Thielen, these routes, they're like not getting open, and then they're getting open because I'm just waiting long enough. Can we get this pass over the top to Deontay Johnson? He has a diving reception, 19-yard gain with a minute and a half left in the second quarter. Miles Sanders going to kick it to the outside. Huge block from Adam Thielen. Miles Sanders finds the pylon. What a block by Adam Thielen. I was wondering if we were going to be able to get to the outside, and Thielen shoves him over, and it creates a huge lane for us. And now we're going to go for 2 points as well. Bryce Young not seeing anything, going to scramble out, try to get in there, and he's going to dive across the pylon. And we're going to end up going up by a full score here. 56 seconds left. The Vikings in the red zone. Thompson's too slow. 48 seconds is enough time. We've already proven that in the first game that we can do it, and we're going to have a touchback finally, going to be able to conserve some time on the clock. Bryce Young hit Adam Thielen in stride. Oh, that's almost too much arm strength. Jeez, Bryce. I mean, I get you're trying to show that you've got, a little bit of juice in there, but, chill, cool your jets a little bit. But now 2 incomplete passes. We've wasted so much time now. Adam Thielen over the top. It's not great as far as coverage goes, but we are going to get the reception nonetheless. Adam Thielen again going to burn the quarterback. Another leaping grab. Getting out of bounds, 21 seconds left. Safety rolls over to Deontay Johnson. I don't really know if I like this. Going to hit the no-name tight end, call a timeout. They got the cover 2 shell. Deontay Johnson going to see if we can hit that in stride. He's going to fumble it. Get up, Deontay. Get up, please. Oh, my God. Okay. Somebody's just holding him down. Deontay Johnson. I mean, can we really, is that a catch? Do you have full possession? That's a football move? And they're laying on his body, not letting him get up. And we're not going to end up scoring. Not going to be able to capitalize on it. Josie Jewell missing the tackle, missing 2 of them now. Short of the first down, they are going to get held to a field goal. 3rd and 6. Bryce Young calling an audible at the line. Deontay Johnson on a post route. If we can hit him in stride, we can indeed. And that's going to be a huge gain, 21 yards. And the hitch route gets open. It's going to be an underthrown pass, but intentionally underthrown. Deontay Johnson, back-to-back big plays. Wide open is the tight end. I didn't care if Thielen or the tight end caught it. I just wanted somebody to do it. We've pretty much neglected the run game this entire drive, but that's because the receivers are just making moves. Deontay Johnson, inside, outside. Where's he going? You can't really keep up. Extra point up and in, and we are going to go up by 4 points here to start the fourth quarter. If the defense makes a stop, that's great. If the defense doesn't, it's going to be up to Bryce Young. There's nothing we can really do about it. It's going to be 24-21. If we score a touchdown, it'll be 3 games in a row with 28 points. And that's a really good clip if you're a nice, productive offense. That'd be one of the top offenses in the league if you can average 28 points. I don't want to get ahead of myself. We have 1 minute and 18 seconds left. We have all of our timeouts. Going to start off with a run game. We don't need to pass it necessarily, especially when the run game is this effective. A little bit of like a counter move almost. It's kind of an outside zone. Deontay Johnson beats the quarterback off the line. Who is out there playing in coverage, trying to press Deontay Johnson? Okay, we're going to score too quickly, though. We're going to score way too quick. Deontay Johnson going to go down. We have to be smart here. We got to play the clock right. Don't want to give J.J. McCarthy and company any extra time, as we are now at 3rd and goal with 28 seconds left. Got to score here. Bryce Young going to go to the gun instead of being under center. And we're going to hit Miles Sanders in stride. A nice receiving touchdown for us. Hopefully that's enough. I don't know. I'm kind of worried that we gave him too much time. 24 seconds left. Kickoff takes off 5. 19 seconds left. Vikings in their own half. All of the time goes off. It pans super far. Okay. It wasn't going to pan for the longest time, but we managed to get out of here with another win. 3 straight 28-point performances. We are the only team with the Niners in the NFC to be undefeated through 3 games. This is an absolute breeze. Bryce Young gets an upgrade. Going to have a chance to boost up his arm strength. He's got great stamina. He's got very solid accuracy, good speed. and we are 3-0 through as many games as we take on the Falcons here. They are 1-2. We are 3-0. We're going to take them on in the next week. I wanted to see if we had any dilemmas. So far, it's pretty dilemma-less through 3 games, but we've got 10 coaching credits. We're going to spend those in the next episode. I also would like the ability to increase the salary cap to $175 million. I mean, it's going to take 100 coaching credits, I know. It would be nice to be able to have just more NFL players, and I think that that would not only increase it for us, but it would probably also increase it for other teams, which means more NFL players and just more players per team. Obviously, you can only have 10, but you could get more expensive stars potentially. You know, there's a lot of reasons that we weren't able to bring in more players. We only have 8 out of 10. We just don't have enough salary cap. I would like to see that being added at some point, the ability to maybe adjust that to 175 or 200 to start. And I also want to see the ability to set each team that you are not controlling, like set all the CPU lineups, so that way you can have a mix of offense and defensive players, so that way you're not running into teams focusing on all offense and no defense, or vice versa. I also don't want to like eliminate a bunch of superstars, like again, Jamar Chase not being in my save. You know, it's kind of nitpicky, but I've already noticed the amount of updates. There's already been like 2 or 3 updates. I mean, I understand like giving the attention and love to the game that just came out. It's obviously their biggest project yet, but still no updates to regular Retro Bowl, and we are already starting the NFL season. No Retro Bowl college update at all still. I mean, we are already going into week 2 now at this point. Usually they're coming out with, you know, updated power rankings for the offense and defenses for the NFL teams in Retro Bowl, as well as, you know, there's been a lot of things talking about 12-team playoff, conference realignment. There's a lot of things that Retro Bowl should be adding at this point. There's really been nothing so far, so I'm gonna keep my optimism somewhat high. I mean, I haven't been known for being the most optimistic person when it comes to new star games and their attention to the games that they create, but I am hopefully optimistic as this game has just launched. I'm very excited about it, guys. If you enjoyed this episode of Panthers Franchise Episode 1, be sure to like the video. Join the Discord as well. I haven't mentioned that in a while, but there's a link down below. I have over 3,000 members. You can chat with me and a bunch of other community members about football, you know, Retro Bowl, share your highlights, Hoopland as well, which Hoopland Career Mode in the works right now. There's a lot of really cool stuff, player skills being added. It looks really cool. I cannot wait to make videos on that when it releases. I will probably have early access because I am one of the beta testers, so you guys will see that first here on the channel. All the more reason to subscribe as well. So I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Take it easy.